What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Inflatable channel. My name is Riley Jones. Today I'm going to be doing a really fun and interesting video as we are in the non-inflatable season, what I would call the non-inflatable season, even though we've had Easter, just recently, and of course the next big holiday, I think, for most decorators, at least, or inflatable collectors, would be the 4th of July, because that's a fun holiday to decorate for, or Memorial Day if you would do that too. And I kind of do a Memorial Day display with one inflatable, so you'll see that here in the next few weeks if I do something. But today's video, I'm going to be showing you all my vintage inflatables. And when I mean vintage, I don't mean like 2012 or that era. I mean like the 2000s, 2007, 2001 era of inflatables. You can see some of it behind me. I'm going to show you all of the ones I have that are mainly all 2007 except for one that's not a Jimmy. So I'm going to show you all the ones I have from the 2000s. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you here is a really fun one. This is a very fun inflatable I got back in 2018. This is the 2007 motorcycle skeleton with eye patch. This is a really fun design and a really cool inflatable that I got to use a couple years. The only thing about it that sucks is, when I first got it, I knew I'd probably get a few years out of it, and I did. The last year I used it was in 2022, and I will try to remember to put a video of the 2022 Halloween display with this guy in it, because that was the last time I used him in the yard. But overall, I'm glad to have this inflatable because it's a cool collector's item. And the way I found it was kind of funny. I got it, we were on this road called 78 here in Georgia, and I saw it, and I was like, is that an inflatable? So after a while, we went back that same way and saw it and went and got it. And it's such a cool inflatable. I think it's a fairly common inflatable. There's other versions of this design, but I'm glad to have got it because it's really cool. Okay, so the next inflatable I want to show you is another really cool one that I've shown on the channel before when I was called the Inflatable Guy, and it's this cool 2007 motorcycle Santa Claus with reindeer. As you can see, this was from Kmart, I believe it says on the tag. It's a really cool inflatable. The only thing about it, and that's kind of funny, is when I first got it, it was a gift from some friends of ours, and when I first used it, plugged it in, it inflated great. But then the second or third time I go to plug it in, it doesn't inflate at all. It just does not inflate. So I never got to really use it out in the yard, but it's a cool collector's item for sure. And I didn't mention this in the last clip about the motorcycle skeleton, but I'll make sure to have videos in the description, inflatable reviews of these inflatables, so you can see what they look like out of the box. But I'm not showing them, of course. This is just a box. But overall, this is a really cool inflatable. That's definitely a collector's item because, like I said, it doesn't really inflate, but it is definitely cool to have, and definitely a unique design. So the next one I'm going to show you, kind of going a little earlier in 2006 instead of 7, because most of these are 2007 inflatables, is this one. This is a really cool inflatable, and definitely a nostalgic one for me, because this is my very first Christmas inflatable. Not this one specifically. This is actually one I found on eBay about a month, but back in January, if you saw that video. This is a childhood inflatable of mine. This is the 2006 Crystal Creations Penguin from Home Depot. My mom bought the displayed version of this inflatable back in 2006, and I got to use that inflatable for a long time, but the fabric finally gave out like many years ago, so I haven't had it in a long time, and I've been on the search for this inflatable for a long time, and happened to see an eBay ad for this exact penguin that I had, and with the box, which was cool because I never had the box with this inflatable. But this is a really cool inflatable, and definitely one of the most rare inflatables, I think, within off brands, Chris Creations, or just inflatables in general. This one was super rare and uncommon, so I'm glad that I found it because this is a childhood inflatable of mine, and I'm glad to have it and can't wait to use it for my 2024 Christmas display. But overall, this is a really cool inflatable that I got in recently that I'm glad to have back. Okay, so the last inflatable I want to show you is a really cool one. So this is my second ever inflatable that I got, but this is actually not the same one I had back when I first bought it. This is the 2007 Jimmy Christmas Jazz Band from Walmart. This one I would say is probably one of the most common and one of the most like inflatables that everybody in the Jimmy community loves and would love to have, and is a classic in the world of Christmas inflatables. This is one like I said, I grew up with as a childhood inflatable along with a penguin, and lost the original one I had back in 2016, and was on the research for it for years, like the penguin, and found this on Marketplace, and I thought it was a good find, but it wasn't in the greatest condition. If you watch the video, which will be in the description of me reviewing this inflatable, you could tell it's not in uh, like the condition you'd want it to be, but it was good enough for me to pick it up and go all the way to Alabama to grab it. But overall, this is a cool inflatable, and I'm glad to have it, and definitely one of my most proudest collections, because this is a childhood inflatable of mine, of course, like I said, and definitely a classic inflatable, I think, within the collection of Jimmy inflatables, and definitely a really cool one. So that was my little video of showing all my classic Jimmy inflatables from 2006 to 2007. A little bit of a mouthful there, just showing off inflatables that I think are cool, that I think are kind of rare. I don't know, this one is definitely probably rare. This one's, I've seen this guy a few times, and this one's definitely a rare one for sure. But overall, I think it's really cool. And so yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.